How's it going, guys? As y'all see, Anthony's on his last editing stages of the podcast slash channel that we have going on. But remember to stay tuned to the end of the video so y'all see some more info on Jose Aldrete and his boy Iron Mike Tyson. We'll give you some stats and info at the end of the video. Remember, it's one breed, one love, and one movement. Guys, how's it going? We're back at it with iconic American Bully Visions. Like I said, we're bringing a one-on-one guest from Hobbs, New Mexico. He's been breeding for quite a minute now. He has a stud by the name of Iron Mike. He'll go more into detail. I'm just going to go ahead and let him give y'all a little bit of info about himself. Jose?
What's popping? Jose Aldrete from Ground Pounding Bullies, Facebook known as Mr. Bully. I've been breeding for a minute now. I think it was like 2015 when I got my first dog and stuff and kind of started going from there. I've learned a lot over the years. I'm not going to say I've been at it for a long time, but I mean, just enough to learn the ropes. And I mean, just want to give you guys a shout out and thank you guys for having me here and just kind of helping the motherfucker promote, you know?
Yeah, I feel you, bro. Any people around here in Hobbs that you're working with, bro? So like close shoulder to shoulder.
I got one dude that I consider a partner, or he is my partner. Not that I consider he's my partner. He's more of a silent partner. He just kind of lets me call his shots, and he goes with it, you know. And I'm real grateful for him. He's done a lot of things for me, and we work and help each other out, you know. That's Juan Medina. A lot of people probably know who he is, but like I said, he's just more like a silent partner that just lets me kind of do what I want to do, and whenever I give him ideas or deals, he just rocks with whatever I tell him, and I'm grateful to have him on the team. I got a lot of people that I rock with. My number one dude is Daniel Jurado. He ain't part of the camp, but I wish he was. But that's my boy right there. That's my brother. That's man. Words can't explain what the love me and him got for each other. My lady's gonna be all jealous when she sees this shit. But again, I got him and I got several others. You know, Isidro Castillo. He ain't really breeding no more and stuff. But I mean, man, he helped me out a lot. Whenever I was getting started, you know, and there's a lot of people that I look up to. I'm grateful for having them. You know, I mean, I try and work with everybody I can. Try and get put everybody, not so much, I'm not saying put them on, but in a sense put them on, you know what I mean, and kind of work with everybody that I can, and anybody who's willing to work, I'm here willing to work with them, you know.
Yeah, I feel you, and that is true, man. He goes the extra mile in helping out. As far as Juan Medina, is he's in your camp, right?
Yeah. Okay. So the way it is I met him. He's actually the first person who came in and cashed me out on a stud credit to Mike. That's how I met him, and it just kind of went from there. Where he bred to my boy Mike. I actually helped him sell like most of the puppies out of the litter, and then next time around he had my daughter, and that was our 2-time Mike. So this was a year later. We bred my daughter back to Mike, and that was our first 2-time Mike litter. And ever since then, like he's like, hey man, look, he's like, you do whatever you want with these puppies. Let me get so much money, and you can sell all these puppies for however much you want. And this, he's like, I want you to be able to help me out and pretty much sell my puppies. But then I want you to kind of help me do what I want to do and stuff too. So he let me guide him and push him to, or give him the advice, and he just followed everything I told him. He just followed through with it. Okay, yeah. If you think this is what's best, I'll do it. He never complained about money or what my vision was. He's just like, if that's cool with you, if that's what you want to do, let's do it. And that's where I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? I'm like, I need a shitload more of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A shitload more of people like you and shit and thing. And I always want to bring people in and stuff. I don't want to have a lot of partners. I really never. I did, but I didn't. I was always scared to have partners because then you have fallouts and stuff. But like this dude right here, it's like no matter what it is, he's cool with it. You know what I mean? And as long as he's getting his end the way he feels it, and he lets me get mine, and it's just been like that, man.
That's cool. That's cool, man. So now y'all know, man. Juan Medina, look him up on Facebook. Kennel partners to Jose Aldrete, Ground Pounding Bullies. He also mentioned Daniel Jurado of Street Sweeper Bullies. That's another one of his close friends, shoulder to shoulder. Um, well, what's the funniest thing that has happened to you, either breeding or like getting to meet people, like a dog shoot on you or
A dog what?
shoot on you, like
Oh yeah, no, that's so. At first, I mean, that shit was like, oh my god, you know what I mean, and thing. But you get used to that shit, homie. After you do so many fucking breedings, you know what I mean. You get used to it. Like it'd be like no bullshit. Like I don't know. I think only breeders will see this. Anybody else who doesn't breed or who doesn't do this, they're gonna be like, that's disgusting. They're gonna be like, eh. But man, you have that bitch. The way I do it, I hope I prop the bitch's ass end right here, and I'll shoot the semen in her and everything. And then you get like every now and then you have it run down, and then your leg gets wet. I'm like, man, that's gay as fuck. You know what I mean? At first, I was like, man, fuck, homie. But after a while, I'm like, you just get used to that shit. Go inside, go like the way I do it usually is I try to make people come to my house if they need an A. I try to make them come to my house as much as possible. I really don't even like doing them anymore. I used to send them all to Daniel Hudal, and then he was hitting them. And then he got tired of that shit. So now I try and send them over to you, and I do my own. I always done my own and stuff. Or if somebody bring me a female and I'm housing her for them, then I'll do those. I do those on my own and stuff too. But yeah, that's in a sense not funny, but it kind of deal. You know what I mean? There's been a lot of funny things and a lot of things. I don't think nothing really like hilarious. One thing that I could think of is with Will Waldron, bro. I talked with him a lot on Facebook, and this is something about me. And I'm sorry, guys. It's not just with you guys. It's with everybody at work or whatever. Like I'll see people at work. We have hard hats on, glasses and shit. I'll see them outside at the store, and I don't recognize them, motherfucker. You know what I mean? I'm terrible with faces. I have terrible memory. Like it's just thing, you know. But with Will Waldron, I've been talking with him, we'd like hit each other up on Messenger. This dude ended up getting a job with me. And he comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, what's up, man? I'm Will and this and that." And I'm like, "All right, cool." I shook his hand and I walked up. I'm like, "This motherfucker just wants me to take him to work and shit." You know what I mean? I felt bad afterwards and shit, and he always gives me shit about it. But Will knows I love him.
It's all love, Will. All
yeah,
love.
fuck yeah.
Will Waldron is a kennel partner to me in the Outlaw Bully Kennels. That's who he's talking about. Me, as far as something funny, I was doing an AI for Armando Benavides. He's the co-founder of Illegal Amigo Bully Camp, and I had my little brother with me, so I have him holding the female. Armando's holding the female. My little brother is holding her rear legs because she was just squirmy, and I'm in trying to put the pipet in, and as I'm putting the pipet in and squeezing it, it just blocked, man. It blocked and air got in and squirted all over my brother, man.
Oh,
hey, he's all like, for real, man. He's like, that's the last time I come with you.
Oh, that's terrible. Get this shit. My brother-in-law, he's like, this bitch she's in heat. And my sister's like, what do you mean? She's like, I can smell her. She's in heat. But off of fucking smelling her, bro. And I'm like, this is so fucking stupid. And then all of a sudden, they come like, hey, she's ready to be bred. I'm like, you guys don't fucking know this, you know what I mean? Like, you don't fucking know. And then they bring her by, and I'm like, you know what? She seems ready. She's flagging. She has all the signs of being ready, you know what I mean? My boy's up there. She's not, like, she's letting them. She's fucking full-blown on him. All right, cool. So I collected off my boy, shoot it up in there, and fucking sure enough, she ends up being pregnant off of that one litter. She ended up being pregnant with fucking, it was 10 puppies, bro.
God damn.
And that's that. I didn't run no progesterone. I didn't know a damn thing. Like, I just knew more or less when she started bleeding. And my brother-in-law smelled her and said she was ready to be bred, bro. I don't know how the fuck this happened. But he smelled her and said she was ready. I'm like, damn. I'm like, I'm going to start bringing you to my house. This is my new progesterone.
I need a partner like that, man.
Yo, this is my new progesterone machine right here, homie.
What shows will you be attending this year? Also, do you have something you have tucked away and bringing out soon to a show near New Mexico, Texas?
So we already mentioned not so much tucked away, but I got them there, and they're all puppies. I got me my little puppy. You seen him whenever. Yeah. I took him to a vet to get his ears done. I don't know which ones I'm gonna be bringing out, but I do plan on hitting shows. It's crazy, man, because I always say I'm gonna hit this show, I'm gonna hit that show, and then a family event comes up, and I'm like, oh man, I can't miss this or that. So shows, I say I'm gonna hit them I'm gonna hit most all the shows that coming through New Mexico, Texas. But I do plan on hitting all these shows. We got Philip Juarez got a few coming up this year. There's what's that new registry that I think I'm not too sure who.
TCBR.
Yeah, I'm not sure who's actually the one founding it, but I know Toby Santos
Yeah.
promoting. I think he's their first judge, and then we got Justin Ray. I think he's co-founder or something with it. I'm not too sure, and I know there's somebody else, but I haven't really looked into it too much. But we got that one. We got. I think their first show was already in El Paso. I missed that one, and then we got one coming to Lubbock and shit too. So
And then there's one in Las Cruces that Philip is doing. I think it's this year, right?
yeah, well, there's one I think in August that he's going. New Mexico Takeover 2, I think is what that one is, or some shit. I think so, or I don't know what it is, but he got Philip's fucking out
On
there,
fire,
fucking
yeah,
that fool's
he's
fucking
on
out there,
fire.
just fucking throwing show after show.
That's true, man. If anybody of y'all know Philip Juarez, I think he's from Las Cruces, right?
So I'm not sure if he's from Las Cruces, but he's located in Las Cruces.
He's located in Las Cruces. He has his dog store. So if y'all are in the area, in Las Cruces area, hit up his dog store.
Humble Life Bully or yes, Humble Life Supply Co. I think is what it's called.
Humble Life Supply Co. Man, hit them up. Go get whatever you need, bully wise. And like how he said, you know, he's been popping these shows that he's throwing, man. It's live, man. I went to this last show that he had in Rio Rancho, and that was pretty cool. On this next question, on the people that are trying to get into this bully lifestyle, you know, coming in with their feet wet, what do you recommend for them looking into the breeding and the whelping? Because we know that breeding's the easy, you know, you get your numbers, you made them, but I feel like the hard part is that whelping stage, man.
Yeah, so we just went through it with like I said, my sister. So the whelping is no fucking joke. Most of the time it's gonna be nice and easy where you get a female and she's gonna take care of the puppies and everything. You know what I mean? Like my female at the house right now, she was doing really good with the puppies. They would all latch on their own. Puppies would go and latch. Sometimes the puppies don't want to latch on their own. You have to go and kind of latch them on there, kind of force them on there. You know what I mean? And then the only problem with my female at first, she wasn't cleaning the puppies. She wasn't like making them poop and pee. You know what I mean? Or she'd make them poop pee, but she wasn't. She didn't want nothing to do whenever they shit. She'd look at them, she smell it, and fucking she's like, nope. Usually the females are cleaning that shit up. Yeah. They're eating it. You know what I mean? And that's very important. Like if you're having a litter of puppies that they're pooping and peeing, like that's super important. You know what I mean? A lot of people, they're like, oh, I'm gonna pull the puppies from the mom and shit, but they don't realize that mom has to lick them, and if the mom's not there, then you have to wipe them. You get a fucking like the way I do is you get a rag, and I use warm water. People say you don't have to use warm water, but I say I use warm water, and you wipe them until they piss and they shit. You know what I mean? And you got to do that consistently and shit too. That way, but then if you do it excessively, then they get a rashed asshole and shit too. You know what I mean? So it's really hard if not everything don't go your way. Shit can go fucking completely wrong and shit. It's not an easy task, and a lot of people will make it seem easy, be like, oh yeah, fucking have puppies and make a lot of money. It's really not like that. Most of this money, a lot of times, if you don't invest it back into your program, you're not gonna go anywhere from there. You know what I mean? So it's not an easy game. It's not an easy money maker like a lot of people try to make it seem.
Yeah, some people come. And they go, man. Some people do have the possibility of going out there and spending like 20, 50K. And then it establishes them really good, you know. But some people just, no. Well, we're nearing the end. There's one more question that I need to tap into you with on your bloodline, man. What bloodline was your first purchase and how did you work that line?
So with my boy OG, he was Razor's Edge. I think it was all Razor's Edge. And back before, that's all like really people were fucking with was like Razor's Edge and Gotti. You know what I mean? But 2000, he was born in 2011. Back in that time, I was still in high school. Back at that time, I know there was bulldog bred into there. There was bulldog bred into there, but I didn't find this out until like way later on. Thankfully, None of the dogs I ever sold off of him, they ever hit, and they were always just pretty much sold to pet homes. You know what I mean? But it is out there. I think I still got blood in my camp from dogs around that blood. Not so much from my boy, but there was a Bugatti. We had Bugatti in there, and Bugatti was pretty much the hitter off of the litter because he was black. I think OG was Boston was his paperwork name. I think he was right there with him, but people led away from the brindle color. So they went with the black one, and which was Bugatti, and a lot of people have that blood in there still. A lot of people around New Mexico and around this area have the Bugatti blood if they're fucking with that old school. Or they've pretty much a lot of people kind of bred that out. But by this time, it's already been generations and generations. You know what I mean? And I didn't really work it the way I should have, and I could have. Like I said, because I was blinded for that dog, and a lot of time I was always mad because nobody wanted to breed to my dog. I'm like, man, what the fuck is there nobody wanting to breed to this dog and shit? He was nice, this, and that, but it was just my love for the dog. I look back at pictures, I'm like, damn, he was nice. I'm not saying he wasn't nice, but he wasn't to where I think what people wanted, you know what I mean? And that's one thing I would say is, throwing back like to a question you asked, what advice I'd give breeders is, I wouldn't go out there and go off of the first male or buy the first male you got, just or the first male that comes available, and think you're gonna have a nice ass dog. And even if you do have a dog that's a nice male, don't be discouraged because nobody's breeding to him. It's my point of view is, if you have a dog and you know he's a nice dog and nobody's breeding to him, you get the fucking females and you breed them to him and you produce dogs, and that way you can have production and show that you've produced some nice dogs, or that he's producing some nice dogs, you know what I mean? And don't worry about if anybody's breeding to your dog or not, you know what I mean? Just do your own thing and prove that he's a producer or this or that. But at the same time, don't get blinded by love for a fucking dog, you know what I mean? And look out there. If not trying to talk shit or nothing, but it's like I told Miguel one time. People riding the wave instead of sticking to something else or some shit. Like, I'm like, if they're riding the wave, it's because it's what's popping, it's what's working, it's what's going. So that in my opinion, that's the way to go. Is if they're being successful, it's for a fucking reason. Yeah. If you want to be successful, if you want a piece of that success, go ahead and follow through with it. But at the same time, it's a lot better if you can make it without any big name dogs or thing, and you could do this shit, then by all means do it. And like I said, don't think that I'm saying, oh, don't follow the wave or don't follow what's popping. Don't go after the hype. If it's hype, it's for a reason, because it's a bad fucking thing, you know what I mean? It's what people want. But if you could get that hype without following the hype, then by all means, please, more power to you. And I would be a lot more proud of somebody who does that instead of somebody who follows the hype and the hype just follows them, you know what I mean? And they just get a piece of that hype, you know what I mean? If you can make the hype and you can make that wave fucking happen, then more power to you, and please do it. And I think that's really a piece of advice I think would be thing, you know what I mean?
And he's spitting nothing but facts, man. And like he said, man, it took me a while to understand and get to know it. Like he says as well, you know, there's something that exists as kennel blind. Don't be that guy. Don't be that breeder that is kennel blind, because you could be your own wall by doing that, man. And just do better, man. Just do better. I know we have a few shows coming up in, where was it? In Albuquerque with Patafoya. He has another, I think, Rise of the Southwest too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, man, hit it up. You want to elaborate a little bit on that show, or invite them out?
So, yeah, I'll say everybody who can come out. Show your dog. The thing is, a lot of people be like, man, people are hating on my dog. I don't get no love. Take your dog out there so people can see him. Don't just post him on the internet or this or that, because one of the biggest fuck ups people are doing is they post shitty pictures of dogs, and they think they're nice pictures, and because they see a certain feature in the dog that they like or thing, they're like, oh, look, this is showing his nice a top line, or it's showing his nice headpiece, or it's showing his thing, but then they don't see that his legs are fucking twisted or this or that. And one of the biggest persons that do is a really good homie of mine is Bobby Morales. And I tell him all the time, like, man, your pictures are shit, bro. like, but it's because he's looking for certain features, and especially when you're breeding to exotics, you're looking at different features. You know what I mean? I think that's what it is because I see a lot of pictures of exotics. I'm like, man, what the fuck do they see in this dog? But people are looking for. There's different things that they're looking for. You know what I mean? And I look for different things. So whenever I take pictures of exotics, I make them look taller and thin. And I'm like, it's not that I'm trying to. It's just I'm trying to look for like that clean structure. You know what I mean? And sometimes they're trying to want to show those elbows, the shoulders, and thing. And I'm trying to make them look clean and correct. And they're so it's if I stack an exotic and an exotic breeder stacks an exotic, they're gonna look like two different dogs. Or even we could take pictures of the same fucking dog, and mine's gonna look a lot cleaner, and then theirs is just gonna look fucking bulldog. You know what I mean? In a sense, you know what I mean? And but either way, besides that, everybody go out there, show your fucking dogs. This is an ABKC show, so more you take your exotic by all means, but I mean it's not gonna be a show where exotics are being shown and stuff. That you got USBR for that. Rise of the Southwest ABKC show. I believe it's April 22nd, right? My boy's birthday, so it's like fuck, you know, another birthday there. But by all means, everybody go. Show your fucking dogs. Put them out there. You know what I mean. I say try and take your dog to as much shows as you can. You know what I mean? You're gonna end up finding people who like that style dog. If you don't have people who are breeding to it or this or that, eventually you're gonna find somebody who likes that style dog. Because everybody has a different vision for what they're looking for, and your dog may have the feature that they're looking for. So I recommend for everybody to go out there and try and show their dogs off. And whether like a lot of times I go to the shows and I don't have nothing in the show ring. I'll show other people's dogs, but I don't put nothing in the show ring because I don't have a show quality dog that I'm trying to put out there. Here, hopefully, by the end of this year or next year, then I'll have some studs that I'm hoping to turn out show quality and I'll be putting out there. You know what I mean? But if you are out there and you see me out there and you need somebody to handle your dog, let me know. I really like to handle people's dogs. I really like to show. I don't have nothing that I show of my own. But everybody, please try and hit the shows. And if you're trying to be in this lifestyle, that is a big thing. Is going to these shows. And I've been slacking on it a lot because I always have an excuse like work or this or that. But it's just something I do need to start working on myself and making it happen. Is going out to these shows and showing off. And that's where I've gotten a lot of love for my dogs. That even though they're not show quality, going to these shows, people see them like, man, I want these features. I want that neck piece. I want that head piece. I want that mask. I want this, and that. And that's where I've gotten most of love. And that's how I've been able to get a lot of my lock-ins is from going to the shows because they know there's a lot of people who realize that even though he's not a show quality dog, he can produce what you're looking for. You know what I mean? And if you look at like simply Dax back in the day, everybody was like, oh, that's a bulldog, this, and that. But now Dax is like an iconic fucking bully, like made the biggest fucking impact. You know what I mean? Up until now, like honestly, now in my opinion, now I think Rocco's the one that's been making the most impact in the bully game. But I mean, up until Rocco, nobody has done what Dax has done in the American Bully. You know what I mean?
And it's true, man. Rocco has done like tons of work, man. I see production off of production off of production. Grandbabies that are still producing, man. Like it's. I feel like he the goat, like MJ the goat of basketball. Rocco the goat of the bully breed, man. Like seeing with the clear vision, fuck yeah.
Yeah. So and that's a big thing. You know what I mean? Like to me, a lot of the time is that's the way I see it. Is Rocco and before I even bought my dog Mike, which is a Rocco grandson, is a big red son. I told Daniel Hodel, I'm like, look, bro, I'm like, I don't know. I know that's where all the hype's at. I know that's the thing. I've never been one to follow the hype. I've always wanted to do my own thing. I've always wanted to like, man, fuck the hype. I'm gonna make this happen on my own. And I was that person that used to say that shit, like, man, fuck that. I'm not gonna be a trend follower, this, and that. But then I ended up whenever I got that, or yeah, pretty much whenever I got Mike, everything fucking changed and shit fucking just went up for me. You know what I mean? And like that's what I'm saying. Like it's not bad to follow that fucking wave or go to that. You know what I mean? To what's hype and what's popping. You know what I mean? But yeah, I told Daniel, I'm like, in my opinion, Rocco's producing fucking studs, and that's what I want is a fucking stud. Like Rocco is producing like. If you're looking for a male, you can go to Rocco line, and most of the time you're gonna fucking have some nice ass dogs. I'm not saying there is not any other dogs that are out there doing it. There's a lot of them out there doing it, but every time, most of these fucking dogs that I'm seeing that I'm like are popping are always off of Rocco. I'm like, man, like, or not so much even off Rocco sons, Rocco grandsons, and it's just. It's just that blood is fucking, it's just hitting, you know what I mean? That's the hottest blood right now, and there's a lot of people who would talk to him like, oh no, this or that, you know what I mean? But I mean, I think and that's to me that whenever I got Mike is because he had the Rocco up on top. He was a big red son, but then on the it was Rocco bred to a cash pot daughter. Where Big Red came from. Then on the bottom side, we got fucking Magoo, Casablanca, Louis V, and Zulu. You know what I mean? And like it was just stacked ass pet. And I'm like, you can't go wrong with it. And then he got the Rocco. So I mean, it's that Rocco really definitely is producing like no other.
The hottest trend right now is Rocco. Like no cap. Um,
Now it's going to Rocco Sons.
Yeah.
It's going to the Rocco
Yeah.
Sons. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Rocco is thing, but it's definitely going to the Rocco Sons and Rocco grandchildren. We got
Yeah.
fucking. You had like Grim, Brim, and fucking. But right now, right now you got a fucking Colossal too. You know what I mean? But the biggest. To me, in my opinion, I'll be real, and everybody probably a lot of people are gonna talk shit on the dog. To me, the biggest fucking producing dog right now is fucking Golden Child, bro. That motherfucker's producing like no other, bro. And
Facts.
like everything coming off of him, or not everything. Every dog's gonna throw dogs that ain't sometimes thing. But like I say, it's not on the stud. It's the female. The female's only gonna produce what she's gonna think. The male will help out, and it's not about the male, but definitely, it's all in the female. But Grim, I mean, yeah, you got Grim, and then you got a fucking Golden Child, and Golden Child just producing and doing his thing with most of the females that he's being bred to. You know what I mean? Golden Child just right now I think is the hottest shit right now. And like I said, so it's not so much Rocco anymore. You got Rocco's kids and Rocco grandkids, and which I'm sure Khan is like, yeah, fuck yeah, like in the sense it's still promoting his dogs. You know what I mean? And he's happy for them guys that have the Rocco kids and Rocco grandkids that are doing their thing because he knows he played a part in most of that. You know what I mean?
Con, you're doing your thing. Keep doing your thing. You and your wife keep doing y'all's thing. Like he said, a lot of people are gonna talk shit because he mentioned Golden Child, but that's on them, man. If you a good breeder and you know how to breed, you can breed faults out. Not every dog's gonna come out with the fault. Sometimes the whole litter will be clean. Some people just like taking shots just to become relevant and shit like that. But man, again, hit up ABKC of Rise of the Southwest. I know I read on Facebook Tone Rodon whenever he started doing his shows. A lot of these bully breeders became big at his show, man. I know Jeremiah Fry, Cash, motherfucking Cash. Whenever he hit that show, boom. That's what I heard. I don't know how true that is, but shows are important. They're really important. You want to get your kennel seen. You want to get seen. Go to shows, attend shows, meet and greets, fun shows. It's all worth it, man. You get to network with people. Try to network March 18th, if I'm not wrong. March 18th, Bobby Hernandez will be having a meet and greet in Andrews, Texas. We will get more information as far as time and what we will be having as far as trophies, junior handlers, and everything that will be involved. Are you going to be able to make it to that show? Meet and greet.
I'm not 100% sure because we got a lot of things going on. We got my birthday that month, on the 25th. We got my birthday, and there's a show actually, I think in Colorado that I want to hit on March 25th. So just with the work, me trying to take off a lot of different weekends, it's kind of hard because we don't have like weekends off or nothing like that. But I'm definitely gonna try because it's here local. So if I can, like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna be there. You know what I mean? I'm definitely gonna try and be there. I know I've been hearing a lot of people are gonna try and make it. You know what I mean? I know it's a meet and greet fun show deal. But you still get to network with locals. It's not, you may not be getting points, you may not think, but if you have a fucking badass dog and you get a lot of people who are like, all people are only fucking with these people or fucking with this people. Get out there, show your dog, show why people should be fucking with you. You know what I mean? But anybody, the 2 hour drive, if you're 2 hours away, I don't think that's shit. Like 2 hour drive, and what do you guys do? Sit at home and fucking watch TV? I mean, might as well get out there and
Rascándose el ombligo, man.
yeah, fuck yeah, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Might as well get out there, take your fucking family out there, you know what I mean? And think like, I love taking my lady out to these dog shows or fucking go be like, hey, let's go check out these dogs. That way I could be like, babe, look, check out this dog, check out that dog. I want something off of here, or I want to breed to this dog or some shit. And she could see my vision and see, okay, yeah, he's right, he should do this, you know what I mean? Because my lady's my biggest supporter, you know what I mean? And if I get her support on it and she's thing, then I'm like, I know it's gonna be a go. You know what I mean? So definitely get your guys' dogs out there and network with people. Try and meet as much people as you can, and even if you don't get no lock-ins right there, people are gonna start talking about you, thinking about you, and fucking and thing. You know what I mean? Like I know I've been to a lot of places. I'm like, I've never seen this fucking dog, and I'm like, oh my god, that's a bad motherfucker. Why is nobody fucking with this? And why is he not popping? You know what I mean? But it's because that's the first time they took the dog out or something, and they only went because they lived right down the road or they lived in the same city. I'm like, bro, take them out to different shows, even if you're going out 2 hours or 3 hours. You know what I mean? I went to fucking. I went to a few shows over there or I went to one or they were actually fun shows, but I went to one in fuck, where was it? In Oklahoma, in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I met fucking this dude who had a big red son, badass little big red son, fucking Tommy. I don't remember his last name, but his name was Tommy. But he looked like a little King Bobo, a little miniature King Bobo. I met this other dude who had this bitch he had named Canela, and she was a badass fawn bitch. I was trying to buy her from him. You didn't want to sell her. I'm like, where'd you get her from? So I could try and follow, because he didn't have no Facebook or nothing. He just, I don't know how he figured out there was that, but the fun show there. But he ended up showing up, and I was like, well, where'd you get her? So I could follow the people or see what blood she's coming from, because he didn't really know nothing. And he's like, no, la compré en Mexico. He bought her in Mexico. I'm like, damn, Mexico fucking be producing some shit, bro. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, and he didn't want to sell her, but I mean, shit like that, you know what I mean? And if he would have been more active and thing, like, I'm sure we would have been networking right now, and we would have been I would have bought a puppy off of him, or I would have, I don't know, we would have made some shit happen, you know what I mean? But shit like that, I have people on my Facebook that I fuck with from Nashville, from Tennessee, that fucking I went to a show out there and I fuck with them, you know. I'm just because I went out there and shit, and they're interested in buying puppies from me just because I went out there, you know what I mean? And they're like, okay, we know this guy, he's way over there. A lot of times people are scared to go outside and find a breeder or thing, fuck with people that are 2 states away or even fucking 5 hours away, because they don't know if they're gonna get scammed or not. I've been seeing that a lot, where people are getting scammed for dogs. They get place deposits and then it's not a real fucking breeder or something. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's a big thing. Is look into where you're buying puppies at. Look into the breeder. Ask well-known breeders, like, hey, do you know this guy? Do you know this, or that? Or ask them for references. Like, hey, make a post and see who's references. And a lot of times you look at those people and see if they're breeders or if they have dogs and things. Like, you gotta know how to research. Don't just place your money on the fucking dog and expect to get your puppy, because a lot of times people are scamming people and shit. But yeah, definitely go out to these shows. Go out to that fun show we got it going on in Andrews. Go to fucking registry shows. Registry shows are the ones to go to. Fun shows I think are more for locals. But like I said, if you're 2-3 hours away, why not make that fucking drive and go out there? And even if you're going out there for 2 hours or so, go at the time when it's fucking popping and go show off your dog. You know what I mean? Or go look, even if you don't take a dog, like if you're into wanting to get into a dog or something, then you could actually see dogs in person and see what you're looking for, and like, look, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I'm looking for, and you're able to network with people and see who's there, and you could talk to several different people, and you get to feel for who knows what they're talking about, who's bullshitting and thing, and you can actually network with people out there, even if you don't have a dog. If you're not, then you can figure out what it is that you're looking for by seeing other people's dogs, and or if you have a female, like, okay, look, you know what, I like this stud, I'm gonna go with him, because a lot of times it is easier to breed to a local stud. You know what I mean? I'm not saying always do it, but try. If it's easier, it's most people are gonna breed to local stud. So if you go out to these shows, you're gonna see what's popping, you're gonna see what you want to breed to, and or dogs that you might want to breed to that you didn't know about before, that they don't really post them on Facebook, or that you didn't see them on Facebook. Because like if I look at Bobby's dogs, Bobby Morales' dogs on Facebook, I'm like, man, I don't want to breed to him because I don't like his fucking pictures. But whenever I go to his yard, I'm like, man, these are some nice fucking dogs. Like, man, like and they're exotics, you know what I mean? But I'm saying that for every breed, not just the exotics. Going out there, seeing people's dogs in person is a whole nother story than seeing them on picture, you know what I mean? Because a lot of times they may either make them look better or they don't make them look as good, you know what I mean? And I'm saying for the ones that don't make them look as good, go out there and look at them, and I'm sure you end up falling in love with something, you know what I mean? And then, you know, it gives you options and shit, and for whenever it is time to breed or to buy a puppy, you know what I mean?
And that is true, man. So y'all heard it here. Go to these shows again. ABKC Rise of the Southwest, Portfolio, April 22nd, 2023, and Bobby Hernandez's meet and greet. It is March 18th, if I'm not mistaken. We will be giving more information as to shows around here, New Mexico and Texas, so we could all hit it together. You know what I mean? If we could get a good solid group of people and go unite as one front, I think we could do some real work. You know what I mean?
We got my bad to cut you
Go
off.
ahead. Go
But
ahead.
March 4th, you got in Las Cruces, New Mexico. You got the New Mexico Takeover 2. That's USBR show right there, thrown by Philip Juarez and Justin Ray. And then there's going to be quite a other shows too, but that one's here coming up too, March 4th right there. And then I believe in August there's that other one too. I'm not sure. I-10 Takeover, New Mexico Takeover, or no, that's they got another one coming up too. This is the one I'm telling you in March 25th. And even though they're out of state, that's the best places to go to. If you can go out of state, like this one right here in Texas. In Colorado right here. The main event Saturday, March 25th. That's one I'm telling you. That's in Colorado. I think that's one to go to. Uh, then we got. Oh yeah, there's the March 4th. And then there's another one coming, or June 3rd. Also, there's the USBR Nationals, and then in August there's another one. I'm not sure which one's the one from August, but oh yeah, August 26th, right there. There's the Bully Empire.
Bully Empire.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of shows, guys, and I'll just recommend for everybody to hit those shows, hit as much shows as you can.
At the end of the video, we will be putting the shows that will be popping up. That Philip Potter's, Justin Ray, Portfolio, the meet and greet with Bobby. We will be putting that information so y'all can attend and go and network. I want to thank you, Jose. Thanks for coming on and agreeing to doing this little questionnaire for us. Hopefully we could grow this brand and make New Mexico proud, bro.
Yeah, definitely. I thank you guys for having me. I'm super grateful to be here, and I'm grateful to be at where we're at, because last year or the year before we weren't seeing eye to eye. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's a big thing, guys. Learn how to fucking get over shit. You know what I mean? And help. This is a movement. You know what I mean? And help each other out. Everybody work together and stop thinking everybody's a hater or fucking or thing. Don't stop fucking with people. Even though you're not breeding with them or thing, like in a sense you could still be cool with people and fucking make shit happen. You know what I mean? And like I don't know. There's a lot more to it. You know what I mean? But just keep everything civil in between everybody and shit. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, everybody has their own preferences, their own likes and shit, and just work with what you're doing and help elevate yourself. And it ain't helping yourself if you're having bad blood with people with certain breeders, because you don't want to go to a show, you don't want to go to a fun show, you don't want to go out there because homeboy's gonna go out there or be out there or this or that, you know what I mean? Or even like, nah, fuck that, I'm gonna go out there and show this dude up or whatever and thing, and just make it a hostile fucking deal. That's the thing that's also making us look bad as bully breeders, because you got people going to these shows and fucking end up getting in fights and shit and thing, and it looks bad, you know what I mean? That shit gets put on the news like, oh, American bully, and then they all they hear is American bullying, like, oh, these guys are all bullies, you know what I mean? And fucking it's this thing, you know what I mean? So and it's not like that. There's a lot of love here and there's a lot of hate and negativity also, but I try and help, or I try and tell people, just fucking promote the love for each other, you know what I mean? And like I said, like I throw Bobby's name out there a lot, and I'm not breeding the style dog she's breeding, but it's nothing but love in between us, even though we don't really fuck with each other when it comes down to breeding. There's a lot of people that I show love to, and that they don't have the style dog that I'm breeding to or anything, but it's all one movement. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely. And there you guys have it. Check it out. Stay tuned for more.
Please share, subscribe, show some love. Let's get New Mexico out there. One breed, one love, and one movement. New Mexico is on the rise.
It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. Hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack Mr. Magic Molly Mall. I let my tape rock till my tape pop. Smoking weed and bamboo, sipping on private stock. Way back when I had the red and black lumberjack with the hat to match. Remember rapping Duke?
I knew my opposition never knew me, they wouldn't be opposition if they know me. I made the proposition to my hitters, I told them to knock them down if you owe me. I just been sliding around, hitting, bidding, we moving, we got pounds in them 40s. Them niggas got shot down, we was whoring my homie a op now, so we on her. I was like 16 with the Mac on me deep in the field like it's Pop Warner. Where did the shit scene? Niggas cracked on me when they got real, try to slide on us. I made some meals, put the guys on it, we keeping it real, niggas not. And my homie is savage, got put in a casket and I'm mad at him cause he died on us. Just left his viewing and I told his mom every time that she cry, we gon' slide on it. I look you niggas right there in the eye and I ain't surprised you ain't ride for us. How would you feel if you bust a mill with some niggas and they side on you? How would you feel? When you so lit that you can't tell if the love real. If I can't tell you nothing, I tell you how I thug feel. And you ain't rich, nigga, your stash can pay my drug bill. Pussy. Nigga, this expensive pain, pulling expensive range.
Nigga got expensive chain, he got drug money. That's an expensive game. I got expensive shooter, he got expensive aim. You know it's loud Uzi, that's an expensive name.
I'm going hard on my back to the wall. I was like, Dad, just pumping and faking, there's no way they matching me off. Who really gon' stick me if we getting busy and we saying rap was ball? I won't even practice, I go triple platinum and they saying that was a walk. I tell my rollie up to a rich mill in the trenches with some young nigga trying to tell him how this rich shit really feel. You ain't never been in the field with them late nights all in the drill. Them great whites locked in the cell like Shawshank, no redemption. I was a rich nigga in the prison. I was strapping up and niggas wasn't riding. I was a rich nigga on a mission. I was motivated, I was watching Moochie. I was broke nigga in the kitchen. I was chasing million when they said I couldn't. I was hard-headed, I ain't listen. Kinda glad that I never did. Now we all made it out the trench. Yeah, all of my money is new, all of my money is blue. Riddle me this.
GPB Iron Mike Tyson.
You keep telling me niggas keep telling you what? Why they be running to you?
Height 14.5. Head size 25.5. Weight 78 lbs.
He come to you and you come to me like a whole ass. Slap the shit out. Fuck. I'm not in competition with